A journey of 4 months is finally coming to an end. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the eISL powered by Coca Cola. Before we have this event started, a huge shout out to our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. And joining along with me is, as always, Azim. And finally, a battle between two teams that have tried so hard but could not make it that far. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Kerala Blasters FC going up against Jamshedpur FC. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. We haven't seen Kerala Blasters FC in action for a while. Jamshedpur FC put in a pretty good performance last time out. But of course, quickly, let's take you through the tournament format. If you're just joining in the eISL, in which case, as always, what have you been doing with your life? The league stage does come to an end tomorrow. Every match, of course, has 3 games, 2 1v1s and 1 co-op. And of course, the top 4 teams will be battling it out in the finals on the 14th, 19th, and the 20th of this month. And of course, on the 20th, it doesn't just end. On the 21st, we have that 1v1 battle to figure out who represents India at FGS 2022.
Yes, I mean, league stages are just about the corner to end, right? It's tomorrow, the last and final day, where all the remainder of the teams will be playing out their closing matches. But again, today is a battle for pride, for victory. It's a battle between 7th and 8th position teams, I believe, and we've got to see who really comes out on the top. And so much has happened, so much money also being on the line. And now, we finally got our 4 teams, and I'm really excited to take a look at them. But there you have it. Once again, for all the new viewers out there, 78 lakh rupees is what we're talking about, out of which the first position gets 15 lakh rupees, and so on, reduces. But this is where it all comes down, right? The MVP getting a separate 4 lakh rupees and a personalized NFT of the player by Terra Virtua.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Chennai FC boys in particular are in with a big chance, and the SC's Bengal boys as well. So they're going to be looking to score as many goals as possible into that last match of theirs. And of course, let's have a look at that leaderboard. We can see that Kerala Blasters FC in with a shot if they get the result today, potentially in with a shot of getting up to 7th place ahead of Jamshedpur FC. Sadly, that is as high as they can go because mathematically they cannot overtake Northeast United FC, who are guaranteed, well, at least 6th place, depending on how Bengaluru FC's last match goes. But yeah, I'm sure for all these guys, it's going to be a nice way to just close this out. We have had that sort of almost exhibition match vibe over the last few days, where a lot of the teams at the bottom of the table have been beating the teams at the top.
Oh,
so it's very interesting to see how that's going to happen. This is a little bit of a mid-table battle, and let's see now what the match lineups are for today.
Oh yeah, of course, because the last time I remember these two went up against each other, it was an absolute massacre, right? Lokman, you had struggled so much against Arvind Mas. He tried to create so many opportunities, but Arvind was solid as a rock. But today, ladies and gentlemen, the matchups have changed. It has been swapped. Akshat is the one who's going to open things up. He's going up against Arvind, and Lokman, he's going to take matters into his own hands against Akash Ash. Now, both these teams, like we've already said, ladies and gentlemen, have no chance of qualifying to the top 4 whatsoever. So the atmosphere is going to be pretty chill inside the studio. They're going to be showing their A game, trying to just get home with the head held high. So that is what is the objective that is going to be out here. But yeah, like we've mentioned, this is the last and final matchup for Jamshedpur FC and Kerala Blasters. After this, they still have one more game to go, but that pretty much sums it up, right? But taking a look at even the leaderboard, my kind of heart kind of breaks out for teams like Bengaluru FC, who initially in the second innings went all out, but it was just not enough. But yeah, this is the previous matchup that we had. Game number 2 was very memorable. But now, Azim, I remember, Akshat, these were his nervy days, right? After that, he's gotten a stellar form, and we've got to see what he has to offer today against Arvind.
Yeah, and of course, Jamshedpur FC will be looking to give the fans something to cheer about. Of course, Jamshedpur FC winning the Shield, first place in the Hero ISL, but sadly losing the first leg of their semi-final with Kerala Blasters FC, a very slender lead, and that's actually the exact same matchup that we have going on in the real world and of course in the virtual world of FIFA as well. So Kerala Blasters got the bragging rights in the real world. It's not just done yet because there is a second leg, of course, to go, which you can watch on GeoTV, Hotstar, all those places. But yeah, coming on to this game. Arvind Mas and Akshat, both players quite out of form in the recent weeks, you'd have to say. And we'll be looking to, particularly Akshat, I think will be looking to end his campaign on a high.
Oh yeah, I mean this lad has improved so much, right? Just look at the statistics. Who would say this is his first time competitively playing FIFA and coming out there and impressing and winning the hearts of all his fans out there? I'm pretty sure he's got a bright future up ahead. Of course, like we had this talk with him, he had to focus on his studies, but regardless, we've got to get back into the fields as the kickoff is over here. Kerala Blasters FC in their black, starting from left to right as we've got Jamshedpur FC from right to left. And look at Akshat. He's got nothing to stop him at all. Pushing in from the left wing. Tries to go for a header. And this is an absolute crackering start for Kerala Blasters FC.
Yeah, very, very open. You can see again now on the other end, it's Arvind Mas getting up the pitch quickly. Arvind, I think his biggest struggle in the tournament generally has been the scoring of goals. He's looked generally solid in defense. Co-op with Akshat has been really, really good. But not a lot of high scoring games for Arvind, generally grinding out a lot of 1-0s. We've seen a couple of 0-0s from him as well. And this is where he'll be looking to release those shackles, play with freedom. We've seen him win so many national level tournaments, international tournaments as well, representing the India team. So he'll be out to prove a point as well, and to just prove to everyone that he has absolutely warranted his place in all those national level events. And now Akshat going for it, deflected. And it's a corner early on, and Akshat really putting that pressure on. He'll be looking to cross that ball, but gives the ball straight away. And now Arvind could have actually gone early because there was the opportunity to play that ball into, I believe it was Ronaldo who was the last man up. But sadly not happened.
Yeah, of course. I mean, talking about this game, right? It's more of an exhibition matchup for these guys, right? They're gonna go all out attacking. They're gonna try and score as many goals as possible, especially just to impress their fans. Just to have them believing that they still have got what it takes to be in the team. Maybe in the potential next rendition of eISL, we might get to see them again in the same colors. But Arvind Mas is just pacing in, trying to dribble across the defenders, and has successfully done that for a moment, just to overextend a little bit. And Akshat comes in with the intervention, and now it's a counter attack that has begun, and which could be executed to perfection, but maybe not.
Yeah, I thought over there he was queuing. Oh, big opportunity here. The ball into Mbappe and hits straight to the keeper. It will still fall to Akshat with the shot. This time bangs it into the top corner with Eusebio. Makes no mistake on the first attempt, couldn't quite get it, but second bite of the cherry, and Akshat making that early dominance count over here, getting the lead for Kerala Blasters FC, just like it did happen in the Hero ISL last night. It is 1-0.
Oh yeah, I mean it's 1-0 already at Kerala Blasters FC. There you have it, right? Akshat, when he's just untamed right now, he had been looking really prolific, had that killer instinct, wanted to go for the goals, and finally, after let's say around 3-4 attempts and 20 minutes into the game, we've seen so many chances being built up by these lads over here. But now Kerala Blasters FC, they're gonna certainly eye out for that second goal as well, with Hullet and Kante just passing the ball amongst each other, as Hullet will be looking forward to it. Pele does give it away. He's kept the passing game strong. He's keeping the possession. He's annoying the world out of Arvind, and this could be really deadly for him. But talking about Arvind, we had seen him when he initially came into the eISL. He was a rock solid defensive player, right? Not a lot of people could penetrate through his defenses, but here, Akshat has been making it look so easy.
Yeah, and you would have expected after the title update, a lot of the players who are generally defensively first players, they would have benefited. Oh, going for the chip over there, almost managing to get it over Van der Sar. But yeah, coming back to the point that I was making, that the title update, and particularly since the Team of the Year cards came out, because those defensive attributes are so high, for any players who just generally get their positioning right and are defensively solid, it made them even harder to beat. And that's why we saw Adi Zima, for instance, in such great form since particularly the Team of the Year cards have come out. He's really been unbeatable, unstoppable, whatever you want to call it. And Hyderabad FC, of course, with 2 games still to play, Adi is chasing that goal of being the top, the player with the maximum number of wins, and going for the shot there. Akshat trying to go far post, but no real conviction in that,
Yeah.
and it's just another goal kick for Jamshedpur, but being pressed very very high over here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to give Brownie points to Akshat for making so many attempts over here. It's generally not so easy to get in through Arvind's defenses, and he's done a really good job at that. And now that we've been mentioning about Adi Zima, yeah, I'm completely impressed by what he is, how he has grown up inside the league, how he has adapted to the changes, and likewise the cards really helping out. It is such a tactical game sometimes when you think outside as a layman. Yeah, it's just a game of FIFA, but when you play it competitively, there's so many small factors that can change the game completely. As it was ought to be happening for Jamshedpur FC, but seems like Kerala Blasters FC might have found a break, but no, says Marquinhos and Arvind Mas as they make that perfect read over the ball, and now they're on back on their attack again.
Yeah, looking to get forward now. Will want to get that equalizer before time. Just a little bit of a psychological hit. He's taken a long range there, but he's over anyway. And there you, that's the of Arvind. And exactly as I was saying, as we see a potential Terra Virtua super moment of the match right there. Akshat, a player whose confidence has been very, very fragile throughout this eISL. Just when you think it's going his way, suddenly there's a goal conceded, there's a save made, there's a shot of the crossbar, and it does look like this match is sort of feels like his season in microcosm. You could say, it's just looked very good at the
Yeah.
start, but then suddenly the opponents managing to get on top. But plenty of time still to go. Akshat needs to, of course, get his head back in the game, try to keep attacking, try to play with freedom. And for now, I think after those initial few scares for Arvind, he's really settled down on defense and now not really giving Akshat much of an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest over here, it's just not Akshat who's had the tail of bad luck carrying along with him, right? It's also Lok Manu, and he's the one who's been dealing with the major brunt of this. But Mbappe from Arvind's side has been pushing it through the right wings. He's got to search for a man out there. He's got to look for that cutback. But Ruben Diaz coming in for rescue, and Pele will just swat it out of play. And there you go, the halftime kicking in. And now there you go, regardless, the league might be over, but Lokmanu's coaching classes, they never end, right? At this certain point, they're gonna have this little chatter, do what you're doing. You've been looking really solid, attacking wise. All you've got to do is try and create more chances. And it has been a scrappy affair for both these sides, but they've either ways managed a goal each, right? The second half is going to be a huge decider, and the first 20 minutes of the second half, would sort of dictate where this game is heading on. Now we've seen both these players; they're really good at scoring in those late minutes, right? So if they can manage to do something like that, if Akshat can manage to pull a win out of Arvin, then that would be really huge, especially for Lokmanya, who comes into play second. And the same goes vice versa for Arvind as well, right? Because the next game is going to be between the big guns, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was Akash who defeated Lok Manu in the qualifiers when they had to be selected for their respective clubs, and it was Jamshedpur FC for which even Lok Manu was trying, but it was Akash Ash that stopped his haul. So it's going to be a sort of a rematch for Lok Manu. He's going to be looking for some redemption today, but here we are off with the second half already beginning, and Arvind is showing some attacking instincts.
Yeah, Arvind will be looking to double down, and of course, a win here for Jamshedpur FC basically guarantees them that seventh spot. So they'll be eager to get it done. Of course, they won't have any opportunities to improve their tally after this game is played. It's a real 6-pointer. This because genuinely, I mean, a win for Jamshedpur FC puts the gap to 6 points between the two teams. A win for Kerala Blasters FC makes it 0. So very very crucial and key game for the battle for that mid-table spot of 7th place. Bringing the keeper out just slightly over there with Akshat, just trying to play some mind games, firing the cross in, but managing to deal with it well enough is Akshat over there. And really, since he scored the goal, I think Arvind has really started pressing him very high. He's gone quite aggressive. with his approach to the game over there. You can see lovely turn using De Bruyne and another good turn. This time Akshat able to deal with it, and he looked to get forward now on that left flank, or no, he decides to go central with Kante and Hullet over there. And it does tell you that the fact that he's gone with Kante and Hullet is that Akshat's game plan was to go defensive first. Generally, when you see players going De Bruyne and Hullet or Bellingham and Hullet, that shows you that they want more creativity from the midfield. But when you have those two screening midfielders in there, it usually tells you that the player just wants to not get hit on that counter attack, wants to stay as solid as they possibly can. But Akshat now trying to find his way through this defense, doing well with Kante over here. Now it's a big opportunity, but again dealt with by Arvind.
Yeah, that has been dealt pretty well, and we've seen, Akshat with a plethora of attacking styles today. He's been trying to play around the centers. We saw initially he'd been making a lot of runs throughout the wing. So yeah, Arvind is constantly into up and thinking as to what he's going to offer. But like you said, I completely agree with how Akshat has had his game plan, right? Because he knows Arvind Mas is really good on the counter attacks. So you need to have a DMF like Kante playing over there, making sure you've got some solidity over there. But for now, it's 65 minutes gone in, nothing really breaking between these two gentlemen out here battling, and Hakimi with the steal. And now, it's been one of those affairs where we're not seeing the ice being broken between these two players. They've sort of gotten adapted to each other's spacing and what they want to offer. So you've got to make a few substitutes here and there, make some change in play, so that you could throw whammy or maybe surprise your opponent and get a cheeky goal. Because likewise, entering into this matchup, Azim, I really thought that we're going to witness some high scoring goals, but that hasn't really been the case. And how would it be when you've got a player like Arvind to be playing against off? And there you go, again a shot being taken, and the crossbar curse continues for Kerala Blasters FC.
Yeah, he went for that shot, and absolutely the right thing to do over there. The space really opened up, and I thought for just a moment that was creeping into the top corner. But unfortunately for Akshat, the Kerala Blasters crossbar curse continues, and the pause being queued now. But a very cheap giveaway from Akshat. He can't afford to do these, and again, when he gets that little bit flustered when things are not going his way, that's when the mistakes tend to creep into his game. And now this is a promising opportunity for Arvind over here. He's found very good space for Eusebio, has turned away from the defender, takes that shot and into the corner, and there you go. As I said, this match is just a short, precis summary of Akshat's season so far. Starting off so well, but eventually going down, and it is Arvind Mas and Jamshedpur FC who have that lead right now.
Yeah, of course. And this had to happen, right? This curse sort of continues, not just with Akshat, but with Lokman. I mean, this is the nth time that I've been witnessing. They make a play, they try to score a goal, they hit the crossbar, or maybe the goalkeeper makes a ridiculous save, and just right after that, they concede the goal. And that has been the cause of woes for them. But yeah, the boys they're up against Jamshedpur FC, one of the favorites initially coming in, and the true dark horses of the eISL, I must say. The initial promises that they were showing, maybe they just could not live up to it. They had their own spell of really dry games, and Akash Ash, he had a terrible few days of bad luck going on with him, and out of which now they're completely out of contention, as the top four has been decided, and Jamshedpur FC finally has taken the lead. But now Kerala Blasters FC, with just barely 10 minutes raring to go, they've got to put the pedal to the metal, and they've got to go all out, high pressing attack, no holds barred, because basically you've got nothing to lose from around here. All you've got to play is for the glory, and or maybe we can see a third one coming out of Arvind.
Yeah, again, a very silly mistake over there from Akshat, and Arvind, of course, is the kind of player who will really look to capitalize. The cutback to De Bruyne was on over there, decided not to go for it, going solo with Mbappe instead, and finds the ball really well to Ronaldo, trying to do that little Rabona fake on the turn, didn't quite work out, and now Akshat can come on that counter attack. Just 6 minutes to play. He's got Cruyff in there, Mbappe as well, but of course with Cancelo over there, very hard to actually use that pace that Mbappe gives you, because of just how quick Cancelo and Hakimi are on those wings as well. But now with Messi, will he go for that long range shot again? Goes short to Neymar, trying to do the shot cancel and work the space, but no, it is not going to happen. And now Arvind gets forward. He's got CR7 absolutely blitzing through the defense. Will he look for the ball to Eusebio? He does look for it, and there you go. That's the finish. 3-1. Game over there. And yet again, sadly for Akshat, he will not be able to close out his campaign with a personal win. But maybe if Lokmanya gets the result, it still could be 3 points for Kerala Blasters FC. Although this game, you would have to say, right now is done and dusted.
Yeah, I mean, that is basically good night, a sweet kiss to Akshat over there. And yeah, you've got to commend his efforts, but Arvind was just the better player. He was looking to exhaust the world out of Akshat, and once he knew that he could get those little mistakes being coming up. And you know, these are those mistakes where you can sort of make when you do not have a lot of experience, right? And sometimes you start off really well, but it's the long game that you've got to keep on playing. You've got to be consistent, and that is something that Akshat will learn the hard way as well. This could be even worse, and there you go, the 90th minute goal also coming in, and it is Arvind who's gone all out with that. And there you go, the final whistle blows, and Arvind Mas just putting Akshat 6 feet down under and establishing his domination. Kerala Blasters FC, they need more than a miracle to come back into the game, and it has come down to all but to that one man, that's going to be Lokmanya. But Arvind Mas, finally, you know, seeing a smile on his face makes us happy, because we're to feel how they've had their run so far. And yeah, this is exactly what they wanted to prove. This is exactly how they wanted to play, and in those closing days, they finally done it.
Yeah, so very, very vital to get that big win for Jamshedpur FC, because if we look at the goal difference between them and Kerala Blasters FC, for Jamshedpur FC it was -1, for Kerala Blasters -13. So even if this match now ends in a draw, it would really take an absolutely dominant display from Kerala Blasters FC to really displace Jamshedpur. They would need to win by a net 10-goal margin almost, which of course is really, really difficult to do. Well, there we see it. It is 4-1. Doesn't tell you the entire story of the game. I think it was very, very tight up until the 60th or 70th minute, and then of course Akshat went chasing that game and just got absolutely blitzed on the counter attack by Arvind over there. So 4-1, very, very good win for Arvind, a very, very good performance. He'll be very pleased with that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he would be, right? Initially, when the first half did occur, we saw, you know, both these teams, in fact, both these players, there was nothing much breaking things between them. Akshat was looking really prolific. He had that attacking mentality. And Arvind, he was just waiting for his chances, right for the right opportunities. Out of all the goals he scored, were pretty much from the counter attacks, right? Where Akshat had been completely caught pants down. And that is how, you know, Arvind did manage to win the game. It is more wits over here than bronze, and you know, that has been the tale-to-tale story over here. And Kerala Blasters FC, now they've got their backs against the wall. They've got to come out with something. But you know, you could see all these goals being scored now. Yeah, I mean, I must say, nothing really, you know, out of the world. Pretty good chances, pretty well executed shots is what Arvind went for, and he did come out on top. No caps at that. But regardless, you know, this one little effort. Now, I think this was the tipping point, right, Azim? Because after this, we did see him concede like 3 goals straight, and that just sort of broke him down mentally. And from which Akshat could never really recover.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been the story of his season, where if things are not going Akshat's way, I think he loses that little bit of composure, starts to really try maybe too hard to get that ball back to create that chance, and that can of course lead to a lot of opportunities for the opposition. And you could see over here, I mean, this was just pretty much unavoidable for him. He was putting all his attackers forward, didn't really leave any room in behind. I mean, left a lot of room in behind because he didn't leave players back there. But it was pretty easy for Arvind to capitalize over there, and of course getting that 4th goal right at the end to seal the victory and make it a very, very comprehensive result for him.
Yeah, I mean, it was his last individual game, right? And he made it count. You know, he did make sure that he scored quite a couple of goals, 4 to be exact. And you know, it's a good way of ending things on a good note for him, at least. Right, we do not know how the outcome of this game is going to be, but regardless, you could clearly see in terms of possession, not a lot of difference being made. But what we could see, the game changer over here, the expected goals tally 2.7 to 1.5. For Jamshedpur FC, that's that sort of made the difference, and all those three goals coming out in the late minutes of the game, right? So that was
Yeah.
really impressive from Jamshedpur FC once they realized that they've broken through their guards, not just
Yeah.
literally but even mentally as well. That's the point when they realized that yeah, we could just go all out, and at this point he was expecting Akshat to be going all out with his high press attack, and that is where he scored twice on his counter. But even to know more of it, let's just head in directly inside the studio and find it out from the man himself who's waiting. Arvin, finally, your final match comes to an end. A four-goal haul is what you've come. Tell us something about how you feel right now.
Uh, it was a very back and forth game. He had his chances, I had his chances. It was 1-1 until the 76th minute, and I took my chance, and he went constant pressure from there, and it was easy to open him up.
Yeah, it seemed like quite easy for you to hit him on the counter attack over there. But
Mm.
of course, this is your last game. Looks like based on the result, you guys will finish. You can finish seventh or eighth, depending on how this match goes. Generally, how has the ISL journey been for you? The eISL journey been for you? What have been your biggest learning tournament? So tell us a little about that.
Um it's a very new experience for me because living in a bubble for 4 months,
Oh yeah.
it's not the good uh, good s- uh, good start in the league because we had a very good start because we had a very good start in the league, but we couldn't finish off the league very well. So,
And where do we head from here, Arvind? Right? What are your future plans? I mean, do we get to see you in the second edition, or are you gonna keep playing competitively? Tell us something about it.
yeah, 100% I will be playing very competitively from here onwards. In PS5 also, we'll try uh, playing multiple tournaments and we'll play the qualifiers again and we'll try to be here again.
Well, awesome. We look forward to seeing you, and of course, all the best for all your future tournaments. It's been a pleasure watching you, and yeah, take care.
Thank you.
Well, I think these are those moments where we sort of tend to get a little emotional, Azim, because
Yeah.
this is the last time where we are actually watching Arvind come out for an interview, right? So yeah, I mean it's been a longest journey, at least for me, even casting wise, because a 4 months long tournament, and likewise, as these players have been telling. They've been living under that bubble. They've sort of become a mini family. I really thought, we would get that big boss vibes out there, but that was not the case. The players are enjoying it with each other, and they're cherishing all the memories, all the moments we can see even in their Instagram stories and the posts that they're making, all those reels out there. And yeah, all you viewers are watching out here, why don't you just go in and follow them on their social handles? I'm pretty sure they're going to reply you back, have a chat with your stars, and you never know. I mean, one thing might lead to the other. They might give you a few tips and tricks, and you might be the ones coming up next. But talking about things coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are in here for. The match between two titans, Lokmanu going up against Akash Ash. Now, this matchup means a lot for Lokmanu, especially considering it's a revenge matchup. If Lokmanu is wearing the yellow over here, that is the reason why Jamshedpur FC's Akash Ash was the one who sort of stopped his run for those qualifiers. Right now, it is Lokmanu's chance to sort of reclaim the bragging rights. One of the most experienced players in the country that we have going up against one of the most dynamic, one of the most really ecstatic players, that is Akash Ash. Now, taking a look at the statistics, not a lot of difference in terms of the goals that have been being scored, but their luck, I mean, that speaks a whole different story here.
Yeah, absolutely. Not that much difference, as you say correctly. And Akash started off really, really strong. Of course, Jamshedpur FC were sitting right at the top of the table for quite a long period. But unfortunately, in the middle of the season, it really seemed to tail away from them. Again, lots of close matches not going their way. A lot of draws that could have been wins. A lot of losses that could have been drawn. So it's all been about consistency. Those top four teams that we have: SC's Bengal, Mumbai City FC. Chennai and FC Goa. Those guys have been consistent all throughout. A few blips here and there, of course, for all the teams. That's unavoidable in a 4 month long tournament. But largely, there's not been major big patches of bad form for any of those teams. Apart from, you could say, FC Goa, who are going through that patch right now, and of course they'll have plenty of time now to work on things before they head into those final semi-finals.
Oh yeah, I mean, that this is certainly not the right time, Azim, right, to be in a really bad form. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are up with the game already beginning, and it's going to be Jamshedpur FC in their white from right to left. However, Kerala Blasters FC in their home yellow from left to right. And now we've got to see, I mean, in the battle between these two amazing players, who is the better one out of the lot? And it's going to be Akash who's going to be trying to dribble across the defenses of Lokmanya, who has found a perfect opening. Went for the Marseille Roulette, a little touch too heavy as it is being protected. And I think, Lokmanya has made some personal changes, right? Earlier, I remember he used to play Mendy as his keeper, and he's gone back to his good old Van der Sar as another shot has been taken. Van der Sar's long reach, making sure it does not pass through, just goes out for a corner.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not entirely sure because we were discussing this with Ashwin from Mumbai City last week. There are, of course, the new prime moments icons that have been added into the game as well, but the players don't have them added to their accounts just yet. And would you believe it? There is an even more powerful Van der Sar. And hang on, well, he manages to pull that out quite easily. But there is a more powerful Van der Sar. There is a more powerful Ronaldo. There is a 99 rated Pele, all waiting to be available for the players. So let's see, maybe by the time we reach the finals, we could see that meta changing again and making it even more interesting to see how the players adapt at very short notice.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be outrageous because, heading into the finals, you do not have a lot of games to slack off with, and you're making some huge changes in your strategy. But talking about a corner being taken, a long one, in fact, goes out for the header onto it. CR7 did not reach the right man, but Mbappe still making sure. Lokmanya is going to make sure that he gets the cut back perfectly right, or maybe a pass.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a really cheeky one, but Cancelo still making sure that he had his eyes on the ball, managing to steal it away. And now Jamshedpur FC, they're on a potential counter-attack.
Yeah, Akash will be looking to get that ball in. Should have gone on the right channel, but ended up going straight down the middle. We did see, will be interesting to see if we have any new cards used today. We did see, of course, ATKMB entertaining us a little bit, getting Emil Smith Rowe on. We saw a few more different cards being used. I would love to see a Benzema card also being used. I feel one of the players who really should have been part of the team of the year, considering the kind of form that he has been in. But of course, there is the flashback Benzema. But hang on, flashback to the future right here, because that was a good opportunity for Jamshedpur FC and Akash Ash to take the lead. And now, immediately on that counter comes Lokmanya, hustling past Cancelo, and now needs to get that right pass into the box. He has got the right pass to Pele, manages to hang on to it, twisting, turning, but Hakimi over there. And that's what I mentioned about how powerful some of these defensive cards are, just able to read almost every pass that you can think of. And now it's going to take something special for Lokmanya to break down this attack. Does he have it available right now with Pele? Mixing it around, it's been concentrated pressure, and now I think this is the opportunity, and it is the goal. That is beautifully done by Lokmanya. Absolutely bringing it here in the second last day of the league stage. Finally, we're getting to see some of that Lokmanya magic that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, it was long overdue, right? He had to go all out, and this matchup means a lot to him personally. Like we've already discussed, he's been taking a lot of time. I mean, this is a typical Lokmanya goal, I must say. Building up his attack, making sure he's got those short passes absolutely right. A few dribbles out there, and the shot being taken into perfection. He is one of those players who focuses a lot on the technicality of the game, the mechanics. Making sure he's got the ball on the right players, and doing exactly that. Made sure he scored one off 30 minutes into the game, and Kerala Blasters FC have reason to smile about. But we know with Jamshedpur FC and Akash Ash playing in it, there's always a potential chance of a comeback, right? And I think Akash Ash would be looking to score at least the equalizer just before the first half comes to an end.
Yeah, he'll be looking to do that, but right now he has to make sure that he doesn't allow Lokmanu to score that second. Lokmanu looking very, very threatening, very ominous today. He's really looking in the mood. Not made any real mistakes so far in the game. Even in attack, he's been very patient, very calm on the ball, just forcing. And just as I say it, the patience completely runs out, and the shot fake is read by Akash. It is the caster's curse right there in caught in 4K. But now we have Akash trying to get forward, but a little too optimistic with that pass. So we do see that Lokmanu is one of those players who prefers to have Bellingham in there. Of course, gives you nice bit of physical presence and of course the amazing passing and shooting ability. So will be interesting to see if he does go. Lokmanu doesn't strike me as one of those players who tends to go for those long shots. He's a bit more of a purist. Likes to really work that ball inside those tight areas and get those beautiful goals, just like the first one that we did see from him. And now, 40 minutes on the clock, Akash struggling a little bit, you would have to say, to get any kind of momentum going.
Oh yeah, I mean at this particular point, right? Akash Ash, I think he could just wait for the halftime whistle to blow away. You know, he needs to rethink, re-strategize his approach towards this game. Right now, Lokmanu is one of those opponents that has been really good in terms of scoring those goals, but he's been even better in terms of conceding them. And this could be a potential golden chance for Akash Ash. He twists and turns and goes for the shot, but Van der Sar making that really amazing saves over here, and look, Manu just by the whisker staying inside the game, and now it's again a counter-attack moment for him, and could be possibly the last attack before we head into the second half, as with Ronaldo just pacing in through that left wing. He's going to search for some bodies out there, finds Bellingham, but has to look for another pass, gets Pele over here. He's going to look for Ronaldo, and this is his cue to try and go in, but Marquinhos making sure that he puts the ball out of the play, and there comes the whistle being blown, and this is all right. I mean, this is still okay in terms of how Lokmanu has been looking, right? A goal up ahead, and has been making sure that has been dealing with Kashish Ash's attacks. All he's got to do, Azim, I think, is going to hold on to his nerves, try to score a couple more goals, and most importantly, not concede any.
Yeah, I think Lokmanu will definitely need another goal to see out this result, because Akash is going to keep knocking at the door. We will see in the highlights where Akash actually had a very, very big chance at the end where he went for the shot instead of passing to Messi, who was absolutely wide open over there. And he'll be a bit annoyed with himself about that, because that looked like it was a pretty nailed on goal over there. I really expected the net to be bulging, but nope. Didn't work out for Akash that time. Kickoff and possession to Kerala Blasters FC, which of course is always annoying when you're a goal down and your opponent gets the next kickoff. You want to get that momentum started immediately. You want to get it on the front foot, and now Akash having to defend. He's got R9 over there, goes for the finesse shot and just pulled out there by Casillas. Almost looked like it was going to hit the head, and there you go. Just as I suspected, Pele was offside over there. So even if it had gone in, probably would not have counted. And now Akash looking to build. Akash in this game is the player who's gone for the more defensive approach. And I do wonder if we'll see him swap out Kante and get maybe a Kevin De Bruyne or a Bellingham in at some point. Maybe get in some of those preferred impact players. Your Cruyffs and Eusebios are one of those. Will be interesting to see how he approaches it. And for now, just keeping hold of that ball in the midfield. You can see Lokmanu pressing very aggressively over here, not allowing him. There you go again, just nipping in, going with the braver route of just going and trying to win that ball back. Because if you don't time those tackles right, if you don't get it absolutely bang on, it's an easy chance for your opponent. So Lokmanu, for the moment, it's high risk but also high reward.
Oh yeah, I mean at this particular point, Lokmanu is going to be on his toes because he knows one goal lead is basically nothing, and this he's making all the right moves, all the right passes, but not this one, as Kashash read it perfectly well. And where does he go out with this? Because Lokmanu has been eventually very vulnerable towards his defenses, and he's got this really really bad trait of conceding those last minute, last second goals, right? And he's going to be hoping that this does not happen. But Akash Ash almost made a really good pass, a really good play and now has been put to a halt. And we can see Lokmanu going out there. But Azim, what does Akash Ash need to do instantly to make sure that he scores an equalizer here?
Well, I think he needs to get a couple of substitutions, make a change, and there you can see already that pause has been cued. Maybe go for a formation change. Maybe go for 1-2-1-2 with the fullbacks overlapping. Maybe he might consider it too early for an all-out attacking situation, but yeah, he want to get maybe one fullback more involved in the attacks. Maybe get one midfielder more involved in the attacks as well. So it's all these little micro details, those micro changes in the game. Just changing the player instructions on two or three players can have a huge impact on how the game proceeds post that. And let's see if there's some personnel changes for Akash as well. We'll find out. And there we can see Messi off. So clearly not relying on that long range finesse shot. Gets Pele, and yeah, we figured that he would get a more attacking player in there in place of Kante. So it is Pele and Kevin De Bruyne on, and opened up very nicely there to find R9. Didn't quite work, but he does find Pele in the box, trying to work that shooting opportunity. But Lokmanu again staying very calm at the back, able to read that very easily. And now it's Akash's turn now to be aggressive with that press and really try to win that ball up high up the pitch. But with Lokmanu, he's so good at keeping that ball that if your press goes wrong, you know that he's going to capitalize on it. For now, there is a ball on the left, and Akash spotted that, went for it. But again, the press from Lokmanu, so aggressive, not even allowing him to make that switch of play. And will he go for the shot now? Goes for the cutback, finds Marquinhos, and calmly dealt with there by Akash. And looks like more substitutions and more changes could be on the way.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly what we're talking about. The moment he made that change with Messi, we did see him initially in the first half. He went in for that cutback finesse over there, but that really did not work out. Van der Sar had the reach to make it. The power was maybe just not right. And we have seen Akash doing this just lately, right? It's just been a month where he's been taking, trying out this particular shot, and more often than not, it has worked out for him, right? It has given him those breaks that he needed. But this match wasn't clearly the case. He realized that he needed to make a few personal changes. He's gotten more attack into his current lineup over here. But we've got to see if he can really make anything out of this. We still do have 20 minutes of play almost with us over here, and he's got to try and do something. He's got Neymar Jr. Up. A few changes have been made, and now De Bruyne. All right, Lou was looking to make the right pass, but still has been stolen by Mbappe, and someone has got to take a shot from around here. He does, and finally scores a goal in the cheekiest way possible. And there you have it, the equalizer. I mean, this is a flash. This is a story. It's a reel that sort of keeps on repeating with Kerala Blasters FC. And yeah, even Lokmanu has got to pop out a smile out of that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had any angle to get that shot in, but again took that shot. Goalkeeper decided that he was not 94 rated and actually 49 rated, and absolutely couldn't punch that ball away. So he'll be very frustrated about that. But comes forward straight away and well gives that ball away. But Akash's changes and the pressure, he's made it count. And of course, if he does manage to hang on to this draw, that pretty much I would say, barring an absolute slaughtering in that final co-op game, would guarantee Jamshedpur FC that the 7th place, because the goal difference, as we have established between these two teams, stands at a very hefty, currently stands at a difference of 17 or 18. So nigh on impossible for Jamshedpur, for Kerala Blasters FC to overtake Jamshedpur. So they'll be hoping, Lokmanu will be hoping now to push forward and get that win over here that can keep their chances of 7th place alive. Will go out to Hullet over here. Could have actually gone charging into the box, decided not to, and of course with that allowed Akash to get some players back in. And again, very solid, very steely in defense over there. And Akash might just be chasing the win over here. I don't think he's going to be happy enough with just a draw.
Yeah, I mean, if he does that, if he does manage to score a winner, I mean, that pretty much seals it for Jamshedpur FC. Those 3 points intact, 3 points secure, and this could be a very good potential chance heading in with Pele. Has got to look for the right man, finds Ronaldo instead, has got to take the shot, had that cue, still taking some time though. Finally, just being paused by Bellingham over here, and still has got the ball, still has got a chance to make something out of that play. With Pele has passed it on to De Bruyne, has got to look for that cutback, but no, instead tries to dribble the ball across. And I mean, now trying to just eat as much time as possible, making sure he wants to keep the last attack to himself, and he's done a really good job at that.
Yeah, after all those substitutions that he's made, he's really taken this game by the scruff of the neck. Bookmanios had absolutely no answer for him. And now as we head into stoppage time, I expect there'll be maybe 1 minute. He'll be looking to hold on, and now finds that ball into R9, and he's got the angle, and he takes the shot, and he's got the goal. And it's unfortunate. He apologizes a little bit to Lokmanu, saying, you know what, I didn't entirely deserve that. The finishes and the physics playing a little bit of a part in that. But yeah, I think that is Kerala Blasters FC's season summed up right there. And of course, right now, the way things go, they could be finishing as low as 10th if they don't manage to win that last game. So a day that had so much promise for Kerala Blasters FC, and a season that had so much promise for Kerala Blasters FC, just as it has throughout the course of this league stage, has slowly fallen apart. And there we go. It's official now. Jamshedpur FC will be finishing 7th. Obviously not the result that they would have wanted. They would have wanted to be in the top 4. But yeah, I think they can be sitting there now, level on points, or just a point behind Bengaluru FC and Northeast United FC, saying, yeah, we were close to being the best of the rest.
Yeah, I mean, at this particular point, you know, this is it, right? Akshat and Lokmanu, like you completely said, this was the entire run for Kerala Blasters FC this season summed up inside one game, and nothing really changed, right? Apart from the fact that Akshat had a tremendous improvement, Lokmanu from showing really good promises sort of went lackluster. I mean, sometimes it's too much of a burden, right, for the players that you have high hopes from. Now, coming into this tournament, he's one of the most experienced players. He's got everything in his arsenal that was needed to win all his games, at least on an individual level. And what was really lacking with Kerala Blasters FC in that very start was the duo, right? Was Akshat stepping up, which eventually did happen towards the mid phases where he really striked off. But Lokmanu, the pressure, I think, was just too much at that point to handle. And we've seen, you know, these players making switches around with those consoles, right? Having a lot of problems trying to constantly adjust with the changing mechanics of, you know, both the PS4 and PS5 while they're playing with it. And this has not been just a problem that we've seen with Lokmanu, right? It has happened with the other greats as well, like Saranch, for example. But, you know, again, who are we to complain over? You know, this is where the biggest of the players are in the country. They've all adapted. So you've got to go on with the changes, or someone else is going to come down for your throne. And I think that has exactly happened with Lokmanu. And from here onwards, for all the viewers out there, there's just this one co-op game remaining where, you know, Kerala Blasters FC would look to, you know, win that one out. You know, just walk back to their hotels with their heads held high at least.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see over there, Lokmanu almost just throwing that controller away. He'd had enough. But you would have to say, in both matches, Jamshedpur FC largely deserving the win. And again, I think it's the shot accuracy and the number of shots. I think in Arvind's game, it was the shot accuracy, 5 out of 5 on target and 4 goals out of those. And over here, you could see 7 shots taken and forcing at least a save out of those with 6 of those shots. So taking very, very high percentage opportunities there was Akash. And well, eventually all that pressure finally paid off for him. All those tactical substitutions, getting the job done. And of course, getting Jamshedpur FC those 3 points on the night, taking their tally now up to 27 points, I do believe. And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. Also interesting is, of course, Terra Virtua, which is, of course, an entertainment-based metaverse platform where you can get your hero eISL, trading cards, match moments, all that kind of fun stuff. So check it out right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, watching all this matches unfold, right? At least the conclusion, we know how it's gonna end, right? Of course, Jamshedpur FC have secured those 3 points, but it is still a formality where now Kerala Blasters FC will have to head into the co-op game and with literally no desire to play at this point because what do they do? What did they did wrong, Azim? It has always been sort of a similar storyline. They start off with a goal, they look really promising. Towards the end, they throw it all out of the window.
Yeah, and I think it's mainly a confidence thing for them. Like their confidence has been knocked so many times where there's been so many of those false dawns. Like we saw two false dawns just today, where both times Kerala Blasters FC went, they took that lead, they looked like they were in control of the match, and then suddenly they find themselves losing 4-1 and 2-1. So it's sometimes it's just you when you feel that the world is against you, the universe is against you, when you don't have that positivity really going through you and radiating through you. That these are the kind of things that really can happen. But anyway, it's just one more day for Casters FC to endure, and of course they will really want to win their match tomorrow because by based on how the results go today, Odisha FC and Hyderabad could well have overtaken them and gone over to 23 points. So it's what was already looking like a very average and okay season could turn into a very terrible season if they don't manage to get their act together for that last match.
Oh yeah, I mean, at this particular point, right? Both these teams, like we've already discussed, don't have a lot to fight for. It's just about where they end up in terms of the position standings, because the big four, they have already been decided, and goes in for a cutback, and there you go. Has to be undoubtedly Akash Ash, and with Cristiano Ronaldo out of every player. Azim, now what is your take on that?
Well, you can see over there, CR7, of course, he does have a great shooting attribute, but as we've seen in V Sharma's FIFA Finesse series, he does have a 4-star weak foot, so that shot that he takes, it basically has a 50% chance of like giving him that perfect finish, and good odds to take. I mean, one out of two of those will go in, and Akash rolling the dice, getting the finish, and of course, I think he's had to apologize for every goal that he's scored today. That's the third time he's apologized. But I mean, I would apologize for the finesse goals because there's really nothing that you can do as an opponent to stop them if you haven't blocked the shot off already. And particularly early on in the game, oh, this is a big opportunity. We can slide it into Messi. I think just the wrong channel over there, just delayed a little bit too much. But we do know Jamshedpur FC, they are really good at co-op. We've seen them talk about it before, that the fact that they are stylistically very similar players. They seem to think and approach the game the same way, and that's why it really reflects in their co-op as well. Of course, it does help for them. Both these boys, I believe, are from Chennai, so it does help to have that little bit of language connect there as well for the additional coordination. And well, we will see now that it is a corner for Kerala Blasters FC. So they were the team that took the lead early on in both the games. So they'll be hoping that maybe this follows the same pattern and they can go out and get that win.
Oh, and the way things have been going on, especially Kerala Blasters FC, just after conceding that first goal, I could see their expressions on their faces, right? They were in absolute disbelief, and in a moment, it all just turned to laughter. Because right now, a lot of things have happened with them, and they were sort of privy to this, right? They knew something like that would again come upon them, and it did happen. And now again, Jamshedpur FC, they're gonna try and build up the attack. And yeah, Akash Ash loves to take those shots, ideally with Messi, a little bit of chance over there. But then again, this one little pocket strat for all these players has been really handy and really interesting corner from a very good spot. Now, what are the odds that this might go in, Naseem?
Well, it does look usually when they have those three players there, it means that it's not going to be a direct shot, but. Yeah, and there you go, just going into the box and, well, giving it straight away, almost apologetic for the fact that they got that free kick to begin with, because it did look slightly fishy. It didn't really look like a foul. So all's well that ends well, and it's not looking like ending well for Kerala Blasters FC right now. You can see the incredible physics that Pele is displaying over there. It's not humanly possible to do that. But of course, the world of FIFA does allow us these things. So we see the keeper coming quite a far way out. We've seen a lot of keepers brought even further out than that, and I have been interested to see whether any players would try to go for a direct corner and just try to beat the keeper in that near post. The ball will fall or look like it could have fallen over there, and now big opportunity. Looks for that big switch in behind, but of course, oh my goodness, did look like he'd given it away, but well, got very fortunate there. I think that it was Lokmanu at the back with the blue cursor. So he'll be lucky. I mean, he'll be happy that managed to get away without it being a second goal. And now getting in behind over there, it's a nice Rabona fake, a lovely elastico, big shooting opportunity over here. The ball roll doesn't work, and Ronaldo surely will be offside. Oh, he's not offside. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for a second, had he put a little bit more power, a little bit more curve onto that ball, could have maybe gotten in and could have been the equalizer that they were looking for. But clearly, you could just see, the players are here to have fun right now. It's just, four friends chilling together, playing a friendly battle. I mean, eventually, if it comes down to the crux of it, that's what FIFA is all about, right? To have fun with your friends, with your brothers, and everyone that you're just playing with, and that sort of is an atmosphere that we can see in the studio. It's not heated up anymore. Of course, the summers are approaching upon us, and I'm really sad about it. But still, watching these players smile it out, because just 1 month before this, you could clearly see those gloomy faces after losing their individual matchups, those really frustrating moments that do occur with all these players. But now they know that things are coming to an end. So just play your hearts out, put your best foot forward, try to try to do those shenanigans, try to score some cheeky little goals, do things that you would ideally not do on the remainder of on the initial match days. But yeah, I think this is all just about that. Kerala Blasters FC, they're still trying to find some sort of an opening in Jamshedpur FC's defense. Haven't really been successful. Had a few opportunities, but nothing much around that with Mbappe. And passing out towards Ronaldo could be a good one. Just dribbled it past. The defender has to go through the second one, but manages to find Hullet instead and gives it away towards Mbappe. And now this is typical Kerala Blasters FC, right? They're very patient with their build-up. They do not take a lot. They take a lot of time actually to try and find that perfect opening, and this could just be it. But a little stretch, and Marquinhos comes in to save the day as Jamshedpur FC. Now they're on the counter-attack.
Yeah, could have gone a little bit quicker over there, but I think Jamshedpur FC feeling no real need to press the issue. Now getting forward, using CR7, lovely little change of direction over there. And now surely he's not going to go for that same shot again. Yeah, he might just, you never know. And he does go for the same shot again, and it's the same outcome again. No way! And the Kerala Blasters boys absolutely can't believe it. It's CR7 with the left foot finish. Again, rolling the dice on that 50% chance and winning big yet again.
All right, so this is on display. So we've seen Messi doing it a lot, and here we are with Ronaldo. I'm not gonna be absolutely surprised, if in the future matchups we do see a lot of CR7s trying to go for a shot like that, and you could see Lokmanu and Akshat absolutely, in disgust. This is a moment where you can't do anything. You can't do anything, and yeah, Akshat is like, guys, just end this because when they were trying, I mean, why not, Azim? Tell me honestly, because when you see that the opponent has got a really good defense, then go outside the box, take a shot, take your chances. It's a 50-50. If it, I mean, it was a gamble that they took, and it paid off.
Yeah, you can see the laughter over there as well. I could see a little bit of lip reading I was trying to do on Lokman. He was just looking at Akshat saying, "Kaisa jata hai yaar ye?" And yeah, I think that's why he's annoyed. Like with a Messi, you wouldn't have questioned it, but Ronaldo weak foot, 2 out of 2. Okay, something is up here. What's going on?
All right. I mean, I would love to see some really ridiculous changes being made, some favorites being put up over here because Jamshedpur FC, I think they can do that. We haven't really made a request, right, to them, certain player that we want to see because at this particular moment they wouldn't mind fulfilling it, not just for them, but for the fans, a little bit of a fun here and there. No matter what the outcome of this match is, it's not going to change anything, right?
No way.
Because this would have been absolutely preposterous had that gone in. I mean, I would have left my desk and left you all alone here, or we could have just gone out because there's no point casting a game where you know, shots could go in from that direction. And had it been previous editions of FIFA, I could have understood. Yeah, I mean that is possible. We've seen those half-line goals. We've seen a lot of weird things happening. But when you're talking about FIFA 22, it gets realistic than ever, and shots going in like that certainly puts questions. Could have been a really good attempt, but still over there with Messi, but has been dealt well by Kerala Blasters FC.
Yeah, they'll get the throw in over there as well. And yeah, I mean, you're correct. It may have gone in previous versions of FIFA, like maybe FIFA 2002 or something. That
Yeah.
shot might have gone in. But yeah, you don't expect that to happen over here. And I was just wondering if we might see. Oh, that's a great looking ball in. Now finding Pele. Will he turn away and get that shot? Oh, the tackle at the last minute because it looked like he was laying it off for the shot over there. And Jamshedpur FC looking to pile on the pain over here on the counter attack. Let's see what they can do. It's CR7, it's R9, it's the shot, it's the goal. It is 3-0. It is absolute demolition today for Jamshedpur FC, going out with an absolute bang. Massive result for them. 4 + 2 + 3. They've got themselves 9 goals on the day. Will be looking to add more, I'm sure.
Yeah, they would definitely look to add a few more goals to the tally over here because considering how they've been playing, they've been really ruthless. They have exploited every tiny little mistake that Kerala Blasters FC have made. A little bit of a slip away, a little bit of a mistimed pass. They sure have capitalized upon that, and as a result of which, they have been looking really solid, really strong. Now, this, however, would not really change the outcome of this game whatsoever. I mean, only a miracle could. No.
Speaking of miracles,
I mean, at this point, would you be really surprised if it goes in? We have seen a lot of weird goals, but that would really up the tally. I think we could add a special award next year, in the next season, for the most ridiculous goal or the goal that drops your jaws right away. But here we have Jamshedpur FC again trying to build up another chance. The ball still still with Messi. Of course, he's going to be looking for Kante. Gives it away towards Ronaldo. Passes it on towards Nazario. But no, that does not happen as has been stolen. And now Kerala Blasters FC. I mean, at this particular moment, the boys would just be happy with scoring one.
Yeah, I mean, that's where they need to start, and they might have a good opportunity here, but there you can see the power that those defensive team of the year cards give you. Your Hakimis and Ruben Diaz's right there. And no major substitutions being made by Jamshedpur or Kerala Blasters right now. No, let's say, surprise. He goes for the finesse over there. So now it looks like even Kerala Blasters FC are like, okay, you know what? Even we're just going to try to score from weird angles. I think that's what we're going to see for the remaining 20 odd minutes. Is he going to get Van der Sar and attempt a finesse with him? I think that would just finish it off there.
Honestly, Azim, I don't mind. I'm in for some fun, and I think so are the viewers out there. Sort of an exhibition match up, we could clearly say, from what we have at stakes. Of course, Jamshedpur FC, they've secured those 3 points for all the viewers that have just tuned in recently in their individual games. But for now, it is going to be passed on towards Messi, who has got a clear shot at goal. And Jamshedpur FC, they're not going to miss these chances. They're going to definitely score, and they've indeed done that. And it is again 4-0. And now, I mean, it's pretty much over. There's nothing much to talk about. It's what I'm looking forward next is the style, is how they score their goals. Can they be a little bit crafty? Can they be committing for something? Let's say few bicycle kicks, few something really ludicrous. But for now, it's Kerala Blasters FC going all in from the left wing with Hullet. Does have that physical presence. We've seen, the shots going in from that distance when you do have De Bruyne trying to take the shot. But I think at this point, Kerala Blasters FC getting a little bit too impatient. And with Messi, we do have the ball again. But De Bruyne with a really good sliding tackle has somehow kept the ball in play.
Yeah, this has the feel of, an online match right now where the person, like the one player has just given up and is like, I'm just going to attack now.
Bhai tu kar jo
And
karna hai.
yeah, exactly. It's just like, do what you got to do. And the other guy has made it a challenge for himself. I'm just going to keep scoring these finesse shots with a new player each time. We saw them try to cue it up with Mbappe as well a little earlier and with Messi. And now that will be a corner. Let's see if there's going to be a short corner played to Messi in the corner for yet another finesse shot over here. It's CR7, so you know what's coming. It's Hakimi. And now, yeah, R9 goes for the shot. It's deflected and, yeah, another corner.
Oh yeah, and at this point, how could we really get crafty? I mean, maybe a little lofted, long pass or something like that. Go for a bicycle kick. We've seen a couple of attempts being made, some things being really close, but there was a potential opening. And De Bruyne, he just let it away, and wow.
My goodness me, what is going on here? I think that was deflected in. None of the players can quite believe what's happening. First, we see that sombrero flick, then the turn away from the defender, and then the finesse shot. I hope we get a replay of that. Yeah, it's deflected and in. It's just not Kerala Blasters FC's day. Everything that could humanly go wrong for them has gone wrong. And it is 5-0 for Jamshedpur FC. And of course, they can all laugh about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Kerala Blasters FC, like we've always said, there are certain days when you do not wake up at the right side of your bed, and clearly, it has been a gloomy day for Kerala Blasters FC, but not so gloomy faces anymore, right? The players still have smiles. Now, this is the point when you have submitted yourself, right? You've given your soul away, like ki jo karna hai kar lo. I mean, we are pretty much done. We can't do anything about things right now. It's beyond fixing for
He's
Kerala
not going
Blasters.
for a shot again, is
I
he?
mean,
No.
had that been there, could have been a story differently told. But a red card to
It
end
just
things
goes from bad to
at a
worse.
good point,
Look at him, he's moved his keeper out of the way. It's just banter right now. I don't know what's going on. Oh no, it looked like he's trying to cover the back post, and there you go. This, what do we call it? Exhibition match, comedy match. It comes to an end, and what an entertaining way for Jamshedpur FC to bow out of the tournament. They've been one of the chief entertainers in this tournament so far. And they've had a good run. Unfortunately, the top four didn't work out for them. As I said, 2 or 3 key results. 2 wins that really should have been wins, ending up being draws. And those, crucially, could have been 4 points that could have brought them up into the top 4. But hey, that's how it goes. Sometimes they end with a massively boosted goal difference. So they'll be pleased with that. And it's a good day out for Jamshedpur FC.
and at this point, you kind of sort of tend to think that had this happened, let's say a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, things could have been particularly different. But no, that's not the case. And yeah, I mean, they've got to deal with the brunt of it. And yeah, happy faces just going out, 4 players just smiling it out, having a good day in the office, at least Jamshedpur FC, if not Kerala Blasters FC. But you've got those days, right, where you know that no matter what you do, no matter how much you try, it's just not going to be enough.
Yeah, and feast your eyes on these. These were a bunch of really, really fun goals at the end of it. This one over here as well worked out well, and there you go. That was actually a very, very well worked goal. It went between the keeper's legs. I don't know how that was even possible, but it did go. And I think it just the comedy started to escalate further and further with goals number 4 and 5. And yeah, not a great day. They can smile now, but it was, as you said, if this was earlier on in the tournament, I don't think anybody would have been smiling.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah, of course, this could have been really brutal for Kerala Blasters FC. But few taking points from this matchup. I'm pretty sure a lot of players are going to be taking those cutback, chop back finesse shots with Ronaldo every single time they get to do that. And I think it all started, if I'm not wrong, with maybe Imad. He was one of those players who initially went in for shots like that, and with Hullet, I remember. And then we did see it getting converted to more of a messy kind of a play, where we saw Ankit Gupta really glorifying this entire style of play. And then towards the very late, we did see a lot of other players like Akash did adapt and adjust and took their chances at shots like that, and they've kind of succeeded. And now, stats pretty much in this game does not really matter, because it was clearly one-sided. It was absolute brutal thrashing by Jamshedpur FC. But yeah, I mean, there were not a lot of chips on stake, and it is fine. This is something that Kerala Blasters FC can live with, because regardless of whatever the result had been, would have changed nothing at all. But here we have it, a clear victory for Jamshedpur FC, and quite a decisive one at that, 5-0 in a co-op games. We do not see that quite often, such huge differences in the goals being scored.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, let's find out now who the hero of the match is. I think it's going to be a Jamshedpur FC player, but which one will it be? There you go. Akash Ash scoring 4 of those goals in the co-op. I think all the finesse shots were his.
Yeah.
And of course, scoring 2 against Lokmanya. So a very, very good day out for him. And something to also point out, I mean, it's all, fun and games right now for Kerala Blasters FC to laugh about those goals. But because of this, their goal difference has gone down to minus 23, which is the same now as Odisha FC. So potentially, even a draw could be enough to see Odisha FC overtake them. So not a great day at the office. Of course, it was very entertaining to watch all the comedy, shall we say, going on towards the end of that match. But yeah, Kerala Blasters FC, I think once they go back to the hotel room, they're not going to be particularly pleased with how that panned out.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, yeah. But at a certain point, like we have been saying this, right, as if they had sold their souls to the devil. And at a point, it came down to the fact that they were in for the heck of it, just for the fun. What more exciting could be witnessed, right? And that sort of leads us to the virtual super moment of the match. Let's see which particular goal was indeed the goal that changed it all. And all right, it has to be that second goal that Akash Ash scored in his individual matchup against Lokmanya. And quite clearly, I mean, this sort of ensured that Kerala Blasters FC ran away with, in fact, went home with nothing in their purse.
Yeah, and it was well worked over there. It got a bit fortunate with the way the players bounced off each other, and you could see him doing the apology celebration in real life to Lokmanya. You don't know if there's a little inside gag around that, because he was saying sorry for every goal. So maybe some kind of little inside joke going on over there. But hey, that's just how it is sometimes. And now let's have a look at that leaderboard. It's not going to make for pretty reading if you're a Kerala Blasters FC fan, because as you can see now, a minus 22 goal difference. And Odisha FC, if they manage to get even a draw and improve their goal difference, and Kerala Blasters FC don't get the win, they could overtake them. So not a great day at the office. And Hyderabad FC, you would assume, will certainly get at least a point and overtake them. So definitely Kerala Blasters, you would expect, will probably drop further down the order. And Yeah, for a moment we had thought that they were in with a shot. Like we kept saying, okay, top four might happen, then maybe five, then maybe six, seven, and slowly gone further and further. But we do have Akash waiting to have a chat with us after that absolutely crazy game of co-op. And Akash, what was going on? Was this some goal of the tournament competition you all were having between you all? What was happening over there?
No, like even before the game, I was telling Loki like how broken the Ronaldo chop finesse is. Like even in my last few games, I've been scoring that regularly. I was just telling him like how broken it is, and I'm gonna score that against you.
Oh, and what was with those apologies, Akash? Every single time you were scoring, you were making those apologetic gestures. And is this sort of a backstory that goes along with it, or is it just for inside the game? You
No, no, no,
completely
no.
disgusted him.
No, no, nothing. I felt I was so lucky in my second goal, especially in my solo game. I felt like yeah, I was a bit lucky with the goal, and even in the co-op, I scored like three finishes, and we had one deflection goal. Like we're a
Yeah.
bit lucky.
Yeah, but I mean, you gave us great entertainment, a great way to finish off your campaign in the eISL. So, how's the journey been for you? What's the big learnings been for you, and what are you planning to do moving on after the tournament?
I mean, the journey has been great. Like I never been like in a bubble before. So 4 months, away from the family. Like I knew most of them here like through online. Like we used to compete in many tournaments, but I never knew them in person. So like these they was just too comfortable to mingle in. All the guys were so great. We were like a family here for 4 months, and my plans like I don't know like. I'm doing my last semester right now, so probably go to my college and finish my uh, finish my projects. Probably that's it.
Do we get to see you playing professionally in future as well in the second edition of the ISL?
I wish. Let's see. I mean, you can't say no to anything. I would like I will probably like to compete again. But let's see.
All right, yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing you competing as well. It's been a pleasure watching you, pleasure chatting with you. So, yeah, all the best for your college and your professional career ahead. And yeah, take care.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot.
Likewise, pleasure. And he was a Kashash. I mean, he initially might be really daunting. He might, scare you. He's like, "Bhai, you've got a big guy coming out here." But he's such a sweet person, even to talk in person. And it was such a lovely time with all these guys out there. But for all you viewers, we've got something in for you by Terra Virtua, and you might want to check it out. I mean,
Lots of interesting Hero ISL trading cards moments that you can well own for yourself through the NFTs. That's the beauty of the NFT ecosystem. So yeah, great stuff from Delavacha over there.
yeah, of course. I mean, you would love to check them out. Head over to www.terravirtua.io/ISL. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done with match number 1. But hey, what? We still have 2 more games to go. But before we end things over here, a huge shout out to our sponsors, as the eISL is of course powered by Coca-Cola, our associate sponsors, Hero Esports partners, Nordwind Gaming, platform partners PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners Terra Virtua to make this event happen. That being said, Azim and I, we're just gonna take a quick little breather, because right after this we've got another match right up your way.